Well, I'm on the road, and I'm on the way to the auction. Google Glass through this part. And basically, I'm going to make a video here of the auction and how to preview the auction. Before this, after this, I don't know when. I'm editing it together all differently. But basically, I'm going to do how to preview your cars for auction. And if you didn't see it, it's everything from looking them up on the computer on the website for the auction that you're going to visit, looking up all the policies and procedures and actually reading through it, understanding what a red light and a green light and a yellow light and a blue light means, etc., etc., etc. Could mean anything depending on the auction and exactly what you're getting yourself into. When it comes to auctions, personally, I do not visit public auctions. Public auctions are not the way to go. Anytime you go to an auction, you're making a gamble. You cannot try out the car as much as you can buying from a dealer or from a private party. That's all there is to say about it. With that in mind, not only can you not check it out as much, you don't have the backstory. You don't have the, yeah man, I took this car to Vegas every month for la-di-da-di-da, and I love this car, and I'll tell you, if I'd have known, I would have got on it more. So, okay, there's cops everywhere here too. That guy can get a ticket. On camera ticket! Okay, so, yada yada yada, yada yada yada, where was I? You don't have that backstory from the person. So it's a gamble buying from auction, and I want to make that a clear point to anybody thinking about buying from auction. If you haven't bought from an auction, well, you're hearing it now, you're hearing it the right way. It's a gamble. Anything could be wrong with your car. I have bought cars and made it not even hardly out of the auction parking lot before the tranny just quit. Just quit. I mean, it was working in low gears in the auction, got out of the auction, just quit. Just amazing kinds of problems. Head gaskets, you name it. Things just quit. Somehow, these dealers wiggle this stuff through the auction, limping it through when it hardly runs, and they get it running for that 10 minutes to where you think it's just perfect. So it's really hard. Like today, I wanted to come preview. The auction is rather close to my place. It's about 40 minutes away. 40 minutes, that's an hour and 40 minutes, something to that effect. It is, because it's a round trip. So, you know, it's 2 hours, plus looking at stuff for an hour. It's a 3-hour jaunt in the middle of the day. At 1:20, it's almost too late for that. Get home 4:20, hey! Get home at 4, that wasn't even planned. Get home at 4:20, that's 3 hours out of the middle of your day, and it's just the last little bit that I will even attempt to go anywhere in San Diego or LA when dealing with being on the freeway. Hazard! Okay, so, be careful, and be sure to preview your stuff very, very well. This thing here, it's easy to steer with your knees, as well as like one hand or something, and yada yada yada. So, love the bows in them aluminum trailers, and just watching it come out of it a bit when you load it up, amazing. Okay, one owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. I don't know how I'm editing this part in, if I will edit this part in or anything like that. Chips! They haven't made that movie yet, have they? Chips. Okay, well, that's that. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you. Middle of nowhere? On the highway? Must be getting close to the auction. Yes, sirree. Everybody kind of bunches up there. And we are right at the border. I'm gonna get you a shot of it here, maybe. A lot of the auctions are on the outskirts of towns and the industrial areas where land is cheaper. It's just expensive to stock cars, for lack of terms there. But this is going to be the Odessa auction in San Diego. It's a great auction. I've done a lot of business here over the past, holy smokes, 25 years? I don't even I don't even think it was an Odessa. In fact, I'm positive it wasn't an Odessa when I started coming down here. Odessa and Mannheim kind of took over the San Diego auctions and most auctions anywhere. So as far as dealer auctions goes, unless you're going to a wrecked or something to that effect thing at like Insurance Auto Auctions, which I think is owned by Odessa if I'm not mistaken, one or the other. But those are the two main players, and when it comes to just kind of having good auction cars to buy, you want it to be a dealer auction. That's all there is to say about it. You don't want to go to a non-dealer auction. The non-dealer auctions, I didn't say why earlier. I'll tell you why now, since we're almost to the auction. Because, why? There's going to be too many private, wow, buyers there. Okay, this guy is just going insanely slow. I didn't want to have to go that way, but my God, the guy's going 40 in the middle of the highway. Giving the finger. What an idiot. Big old mirrors, dumb looking truck. Too many private individuals. You don't want to bid against the public. They're going to pay retail. You want to pay wholesale. That's why you go to a dealer auction. And there it is out there. In fact, the hills there, everything you can see is Mexico. Everything past that little blue building, if you can see. I'll talk to you in a minute. Actually, I'll get you a view going that way. I only got about 45 minutes of battery power, so I don't want to use it all up. Geez, that guy was out of control. Like right down at the end of that road. Less than a mile to Mexico. Mexico! Well, here we are. I'm parked over there under the tree with Breeder. And it's pretty stinking quiet on a day like this at the auction. And they've got many, many acres. This is it, so we'll go in and check it out and get to going. Well, this is the inside lanes, and you ain't never gonna see it this quiet again. Hello. Oh, that's a 5. Damn it. Holy smokes, and they are plugged in today. This is going to take a while for me to get my bearings. And actually, I'm very interested in one of these. In a bright color like this, with a little bit of damage like that. I want a scuff and a dinghy type thing. 113, I don't want that many miles. That's one thing I don't want with my new PT Cruiser. So, this will be a walk around, but I'm going to kind of go around in a different way and show you what I'm looking for and what I'm doing. That right there popped out at me. I did not see that online. It was not a preview that I did online. They've kind of moved this around. Wow, they've changed it a lot actually, just in the last few weeks. I'm going to show you some of the things that pop out at me and how I actually preview cars. This chunk to me is usually not going to be what I'm bidding on, just because it's newer stuff and I don't do as much newer stuff. I love that metallic in there, if you can see that. And yes, I'm going to be moving fast through this part. Okay. That's really all I care to see over here. Now, this Miata. This was a new car trade-in, I believe. And it's on my list in my mind. I believe this is the one. Had about 80,000 miles. It's exactly the kind of car I would be buying. I believe it was a manual. I don't like the way the headlights look with the hood there. Looks like maybe it's been smacked. It's one of the first things that stands out to me. And you're going to always want to look from a ways away. Get down at a view that most people wouldn't get down to. And look at it in a different way too. And with a car this small, it's hard. Yeah, there we go, 80,000 miles. MX-5, baby. One of the cars that made me enjoy driving little cars. Ding. Miscellaneous dings. I like to see if the doors open and close nicely. This one does. I've seen pictures online. I expected this color to be faded. Wow, it's interesting. And the interior is beautiful. One of the things that I do is I'll jump in and pop the hood, start her up, right from the start, listening for any sounds right at the start. And you know how people tell you, well, don't get on things when they're cold. Bullshit. Don't do it to your car. But when you're checking something out at the auction, you're going by a different set of rules. Look for the books. You always want to see if it has any books or receipts or anything like that. It's a very, very neat way to do this. Warranty book can sometimes tell you a lot. I like to see markings on them. And this one does not have any cards or anything filled out. Yes, I understand there's a beeping sound. Okay. All that. Looking good. I'm very interested in this car. From here, make sure your AC's on and try it out. See what's working, what's not. Try out your windows and accessories. Pretty quick check. And go all the way up and go all the way down. Try out your horn. Anything you can. Now, believe it or not, ooh, that's the big thing on this car is your pop-up lights. I'm going to leave them up for a second. A little bit of wear on the pedal. Clutch feels good. So I'm going to kind of look under the hood. I don't see any splits in the dash. The door panels and seats are absolutely beautiful. These are manual tops, and it works good. At the auction, this means that the face for the radio is inside, and that's the code for it. Let's pop the trunk, see how that looks, check the mirrors. I must say, every single thing I have checked works in this car. Now there's a brake light on, it's probably my emergency brake, it is, all the lights go out, no warning lights, I love it. Okay, probably not a button push, no, it's key push, and we're not going to be able to get the keys out. And I don't think a Mazda that has a trunk button, even the light works. That's probably to make it with the door. So, let's pop the hood. I can live without seeing in the trunk, as clean as this is. The tag is missing, it looks like, but it does have the original fender tags, body tags, and it doesn't look like it's really been painted. I think it's factory. Sounds nice, little scratches right there. A little bit of tinkety tinkety tink 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 that I don't like. What's that? I like to look for blow-by and such. It's a little harder on little Jap engines. Timing though, 4706 at 47,000 miles. It doesn't sound to have any really bad problems. I really like the interior. I'm loving the cold AC. I always turn the AC buttons off and stuff like that to where other people don't know how to turn it on. Screw them. They don't need to test it. I test it. I do all the testing around here. Wait, there you go. That looks good, huh? Okay. Subaru WRX Impreza sedan. Loan Mart. You know what that means? You might not. It means it's a repo. This thing has been fixed up a bit from some dings. Wow, 99,000. Loan Mart repo. Yeah. And that's what you're dealing with some of this stuff. It's just utter garbage that somebody thrashed. I actually want a nice little Tiburon from Lone Mart that some yahoo thrashed. Ooh, green Mustang. Instagram picture, for sure. Now I'm here to look at a big green ugly van. Ooh, and that ugly nice F-250 over there, extra cab. But big ugly green van. This pickup truck, that's supposedly original miles. It's a 69, I believe, Ford. And then there is a DEA or ATF van that is here. There's my green van. Now my ugly ATF van is going to prove harder to find. Now I'm going to go around a couple more of these and show exactly what I'm doing when I'm looking at things at the auction and how you can do the same, I guess you would say. It's not going to be the best or most thorough way of doing things, but at the same time, it's what I do. It's what works. It is definitely. Okay, now they said original miles online. And I don't think there's any way. Because it reads 9,500. So, my guess is 109 if you're lucky. Of course, the battery's dead. Seats are pretty comfy. It's just a strippied old Ford pick-em-up truck with some nice rubber on it. It's a 250. I don't know, 390, 351, 400. Could be a 460. Who knows? I don't know if it's a big block or a small block. I'm a dummy. When it comes to the 360. In fact, I don't know if this one's close. Nice. Nice truck. It's a 4x2. Are you kidding me? Man! Why are you going to be selling me a two-wheel drive 68 Ford? Okay, well, walk away. I do like it, though. I do like it. Escalade. I had some guy wanted me sending me email messages. Can I get him this? Can I get him that? It's a 2008 Escalade. And what does he need down? I said, dude, I don't finance, man. I get people wholesale on cars. Well, of course I can get you all the money up front. You know, it's, you know, they're going retail for about 12 to 15 grand. 12 to 15 grand for an 08. Yeah, right.